Introducing a Gilmore Girls podcast. Welcome to Coffee and an IV, where we take a look back at our favorite TV show along with all of the beloved characters. It's time to revisit Stars Hollow. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Coffee and an IV, a Gilmore Girls podcast. We are excited to be digging into episode 2 of season 1 this week. Jennifer, I already saw you look out the window. I'm banning you from looking out the window. So it's actually evening time when we're recording this. We usually record the weekend prior to the week just because our weeks are extremely busy, yes. Typically. Jennifer watches my 2 little ones, and I work a full-time job, and it is crazy town in our house. So We typically record these the weekend before, so it's actually evening. So there are no squirrels.
Oh, I bet there's squirrels.
There's no squirrels out there, yeah. So I'm banning you from it. Okay, so we are officially on week 2. We appreciate all of the support from our week 1 podcast. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of fun, and we really enjoyed eating that chocolate raspberry cake. It was so good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're trying to find a good recipe. I'm not sure if we're going to be cooking this week. We haven't decided yet, but I will tell you, if you are watching on YouTube, you can see the cover. I got the Gilmore Girls, the official cookbook, and there are so many fun recipes in here for dinners and desserts that we are excited to try. So you never know. You may see us try one of these, and you can get your own on Amazon too. We got some Prime Day deals.
Cashew chicken.
Oh, yes. There's lots of good stuff. Yeah. So I'm excited. The pancakes are in there. There's a really good cheeseburger. Yes. Okay.
Suki's wedding
cake. Yep. Yeah. Graduation cake. All kinds of fun stuff. We got a few other things too. Again, if you're on YouTube, you can see it. But on the podcast, you'll just have to look on our Instagram. We got some cool signs that we're going to incorporate behind us, and then some stickers. And we're actually going to start doing a sticker of the day. We're going to start sharing those throughout the week. Just fun stickers that we got. They're so cute. I shared this one today. All the names. Ask who, which was your favorite lady. Which one's your favorite out of this list? It says Rory, Lorelai, Lane, Paris, Emily, and Suki. Suki's your fave? Out of all of these?
Yeah, I think so.
I still say Lorelai. Hey, so this is a conversation we can have just a little bit before we start. There's some controversy about Lorelai on the social media platforms. Was she always good, or was she annoying at times?
She was annoying at times.
That's hard for me. She was. Saying. There were some moments where she made some poor choices.
It was her snide remarks, like to her mother or whatever.
I know, you always say that.
Yeah.
You always say
Just
that.
let it go. Just let it go.
I think we're going to have an episode where we dig into that later on once we see some of her different sides. But I don't know if I can say that. Lorelai is and always will be my fave.
That's cool. That's cool. I like her.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, I think Suki's more fun.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That they're our favorites and we're best friends.
Yeah. That is funny. Squirrel! I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and dig into this episode. Season 1, episode 2, the Lorelai's first day at Chilton. Why don't you go ahead and start?
So it starts the episode with Lorelai and Rory painting Rory's toes on the porch.
Yes, and the quote, "Bad girls always wear red nail polish," comes up. Do you wear red nail polish, Jennifer?
Maybe on my toes.
Yeah.
But not on my...
Well, apparently bad girls always wear red nail polish. Watch out.
Whoa.
Okay, so Lane runs in and is excited about the new CD coming out. And this whole beginning just makes me feel better after that kind of rough pilot. It's like, all is fine again.
Yeah. But she still ran in. Like, she beat Rory in the... Rory. It's okay. She beat Rory in the house.
Yes.
Because she was wanting to hear the CD.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so then the intro comes in, and it's the first day of Chilton. It has arrived, and Lorelai has overslept.
Dun, dun, dun.
7:10 a.m. The alarm didn't go off. So, Rory
is acting like a parent.
Which happens a lot.
Yes.
Maybe that's why people are frustrated with Lorelai.
Could
Sometimes Rory does have to act like the parent.
Mm-hmm.
So we find out Lorelai has no clean clothes, and we see her trying to find some appropriate clothes, only to find out she is going to come down the stairs in cut off shorts and a tie-dye shirt.
Yeah, so this channels Daisy Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Which she mentions, or someone mentions later. I have that noted somewhere. But we say the rodeo's in town. Or at least Rory says that.
Yep.
And then they're seen driving through Stars Hollow. So how do you think Rory feels as she passes by Stars Hollow High School?
I would say it's a little letdown. Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, it's like melancholy, I think.
Because that's what she was used to. Lane was there.
Right.
She was the top dog.
Right.
And now she's getting ready to go and back into a huge pond and be a little fish.
Yes, which we learn in a little bit. That is what happens. So Chilton, I wrote, is a bougie school because it is. And Rory quotes that she remembers it being less off with their heads. And it's lots of stone and lots of uniforms. I just don't know if I would like to go to a school like that. I was always in public high school.
Well, I think if you're looking down the road at bettering your education and being challenged, I think that would be the way to go. But
super intimidating, though.
Yes.
All right. So, what does Lorelai not want to do, Jennifer?
She is trying to drop Rory off, and Rory informs her that she must go in and meet the headmaster.
I would have probably had to tell Emberly, no, ma'am.
Not today.
Not today. I'll go in for day 2.
I'll go tomorrow when I get my dry cleaning.
Exactly. So Lorelai says, no way. I look like the chick off Dukes of Hazzard.
Daisy Duke.
Right, and Rory doesn't have it. Lorelai puts on a long coat to try to cover that fabulous outfit of hers. And we get the first Chilton dad experience. Jennifer?
Oh, yeah. Fancy fellow.
Break it down.
Introduces himself as Ian Jack. Super flirty. And makes the wow, your daughter reference.
Mm-hmm.
He cleverly asked to meet her husband, and she asked to meet his wife. She tells him about the Independence Inn as Rory pulls Lorelai away. What a nice man, she states.
Yes. So Lorelai immediately gets distracted.
Yeah.
By the Chilton dad.
He was nice looking guy.
But annoying.
Yeah.
And also very, I get what I want when I want it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're obviously going to go on a date with me. Like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lorelai continues to hide that fabulous outfit as they walk through Chilton's halls, and we get our first look at Paris and the girls, of course, giving a snide look to Rory. And we already know they're going to be huge players in this game at Chilton.
Yeah.
All right, so Jennifer, they enter the headmaster's house. Not house. So sorry, office to
his lovely receptionist.
meet his lovely receptionist. And Lorelai makes a statement. I named her Lorelai too. I was in the hospital, whacked out on Dimedrol. Good first impression.
Oh yeah, you were on drugs.
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
So they meet Headmaster Charleston.
Yes.
And shortly after, find out that they are also joined by Emily.
Emily is also, you find out, on a first name basis with Headmaster Charleston, and she refers to him as an old friend. You can tell Lorelai feels super uncomfortable about this. So how do you feel about this, Jennifer?
I say it's that where they live is probably nothing out of the ordinary. I'm okay.
You always back Emily up. Let's just have the conversation. You do. You back her up a lot. But I think you see it. You had some really great grandmothers in your life. Mm-hmm. So I think you see it from that point of view. Maybe that she was just trying to put a good word in. But see, I think her intentions were not positive.
Okay. So I totally agree. She sticks her nose in where she shouldn't stick her nose. Totally agree. And she does it the whole series. So
Right.
I totally agree. But I think she does have Rory's best interest at heart.
Until Headmaster Charleston asked Lorelai to take her coat off.
And yeah. And then she knows Lorelai. So she knows how she is.
Right.
So I think that kind of has a little bit to do with it too.
You are so funny. Okay. So Charleston asks Lorelai to take her coat off. Emily insists that she takes it off. And so she takes it off and shocked.
What?
What on earth? And Emily looks at her and you can just tell is mortified and then just starts bragging on Rory. And Lorelai feels completely out of place. And honestly, it makes me really sad. And it's because I'm a Lorelai fan. I am totally biased towards her, but it does make me sad.
But wait, this just shows you why Emily does what she does, because Lorelai shows up in that outfit.
Okay, so I'll come back at that. Are y'all enjoying this banter?
Yeah.
To say that Lorelai has never had a chance to prove herself because her parents are always swooping in before she can.
She lived in Stars Hollow forever by herself.
Without the parents' help?
Yeah. And she still overslept and left her dry cleaners at the dry cleaners.
Oh my gosh.
See?
You're going to have some haters.
No, don't hate me. I like Lorelai.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to say this could be why Emily does what she does.
To be continued. Okay, so Emily and Lorelai walk out.
Wait, you missed this whole part.
Yeah, but they walk out.
Oh, okay.
But what does Emily ask as they walk out?
Do you need a ride or is your horse parked outside? Oh, that's funny.
She is clever with her words. I will give her that. So Emily and Lorelai walk out together, and there is a heated conversation, another heated conversation. After the pilot, that huge fight. This one was even more heated, I believe. Emily's appalled that Lorelai would dress the way she dressed, and she makes the comment about paying for the school, but not being able to visit it. She also says things like, oh, am I not even able to drive down this road? Do I have to find another way? Like, she's
just making a point.
The conversation's more heated than the last fight. I completely believe that. And Emily states, I thought it was important for this school to realize they have a Gilmore among them. And that some of the Gilmore's own clothing. I almost said Gilmore Girls, but that's also applicable. Gilmore Girls' own clothing.
She did show up.
Right. But I think that shows some background on Emily, that appearance and status is very important to her. Mm-hmm. So she knows that her and Richard's status in the area, it's very high up and people respect them. And so they don't want their granddaughter to be at Chilton without that same respect. Does that make sense? So I think that explains a lot about Emily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then Emily says, dinner Friday night, no Spurs, please. It's classic.
I'm telling you, she's ruthless.
Yeah.
So then we go back to Charleston and Rory. And Charleston brings up to Rory that she is not a part, or she wasn't a part of a lot of social activities at her old school. And then he later asks her what her aspirations are. And she states that she wants to be like Christiane Lanapour. I'm hoping that I'm saying that correctly.
Sorry if it's mispronounced.
And she's inspired by her, and she wants to be a part of something big. And she states that she just wants to be able to see something. And that's really all she can come up with. We've got to remember she's young. Mm-hmm. And this is not the yell Rory we see later. So I think she's a little intimidated and a little nervous, and she's not used to people asking her, like people around Stars Hollow aren't asking her what her aspirations are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And think about it. It's the whole new school, locker gets stuck, like the whole deal.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a new school, so that's intimidating, even if it was just a public high school.
Yeah, and then you have these people who don't seem so nice.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to think also, this is Rory's possibly first time in that area. Or not first time, she's visited her grandparents, but first time interacting with other kids in that area. You know, she's used to the Stars Hollow people she's grown up with her whole life.
Yeah.
All right, so what does Charleston say?
He lets her know that Chilton has one of the highest levels of academics in the country. He tells her that she may have been the smartest girl in Stars Hollow, but this place is different. He says since she is starting late and is not used to the experience, there is a high chance that she will fail. Failure is a part of life, but not a part of Chilton.
Also ruthless.
Yeah.
So Rory is taken aback by that. And do we think that Charleston thought she would fail?
I don't think so.
You don't think he did?
No.
Because he knew that she was a Gilmore? Gilmore, like, is that the deal? Or if Lorelai would have came in without Emily in that outfit?
She got in.
Right.
So, did she get in because she was a Gilmore?
Guess we'll never know.
Yep.
Okay, so Rory is then seen walking into the admin building, and her records are quickly tossed out the window to Paris and her girls, and we officially meet Paris, Madeline, and Louise.
Who are hiding in the bushes.
And Paris obviously sees her as a threat. We can see that. And it always, so going back to the admin building thing, it always cracked me up that Chilton made their students sing the school song at any point. If they asked, they had to do it for like a grade. And if they did it in Latin, they got extra points. That always cracked me up. But yeah, let's go back to Paris. And I think then we're going to close this episode out and we'll finish the rest of the episode review on Wednesday. But let's go back to Paris and the girls. What are your first thoughts?
They're mean.
They're so mean.
They're mean.
And they have that poor girl in the admin building just a puppet handing out records. Yeah. But she also says something important about, so are they just letting anyone come in here? So she thinks that they're letting extra students in. They think that she isn't up to par with all of Chilton's standards, I think.
But
we'll later see.
Get a rude awakening.
Rude awakening. Okay, guys, thanks for listening to this episode. We hope you guys have a great week. We will see you back Wednesday for the remainder of this episode.